Hey, it's Wesleyan with Let's Go Keto, and today I'm going to show you how I make the sugar-free sprinkles that I put on cupcakes and cookies. So let's go. Okay, so to start the sprinkles, you're going to need to use the Swerve. Now, the reason you have to use an erythritol is because you want your sprinkles to harden and stay hard. So you have to use this erythritol type sweetener instead of allulose. Allulose makes things really soft, so it won't work. So you have to use this one. So half a cup. And then you need, here's my egg white protein powder. I got a humongous jar off of Amazon. I think it's 5 pounds. And I think it was $60 something, $65. So this half of a teaspoon, no, I'm sorry, this is a tablespoon, half a tablespoon of egg white protein powder. This is what's going to make it more like a royal icing so that it will harden. And just give this a little bit of a mix together. Okay, the next thing I have is kind of a room temperature to warm-ish water, and I'm going to do tablespoons at a time until it looks right, until it's pipeable. So I'm going to start with 1 tablespoon first. I'm probably going to need 2. Yeah. Okay, here's 2. Well, actually, I'm going to do half. I hate to put too much. Okay, that was too much. So what you do at this point, because I've messed it up, is you're going to put a little bit more Swerve until you get the right consistency. So let me see. Here's a tablespoon. I'm going to do 2. Okay, so I'm putting the 3rd tablespoon in because I like it a little bit thicker. I think this will work. I'm just going to put a hair back in. There we go. Okay, you want it to look where it's not going to drip, drip, drip. See, it's kind of stiff, a little bit. About like that. So icing. A thicker type icing. Once you get to that stage, you need to divide up your colors. And today I'm going to use this kind of a food coloring. It doesn't have any, the dyes. It's a vegetable-based, I think, food coloring. The only problem with this is it makes things more pastel looking. You're not going to have a really vibrant color, but that's what we're going to go with. So, and I've noticed with this one, the red, it looks just like a purpley pink. So you want to divide up. Today we're going to be doing white, blue, and a pink. But you just find whatever dye color you like. And you don't need much. I think this will work because then I want to use white. Here, I'm going to go ahead and let me show you. The way that I do this is I put a ziplock, a sandwich size ziplock bag wrapped around a cup. Just like this. Because I'm going to use this as my piping bag. So once you get your icing just like you like it, I wanted some white. I don't even want them colored, so on that one. So just put it straight in there like that. Okay, so that one's ready. I probably will need another spoon for this one to stir. So just put your food coloring in. See, it's kind of a purpley pink. Now you're just going to transfer this into your cup that has the Ziploc bag. Okay. Do the same thing with the blue. I'm going to do a little bit more. See how the colors are a little more subtle. They're just kind of a pastel-like. They're not real vibrant. And see, I want to not have that white mixed in, so I'll just get another spoon and kind of scrape it off. And then I use this spoon to mix the rest with. Okay, so now we have our blue. Okay, so we're going to clean up here so that I can show you how you pipe it onto wax paper. That's the next step. Now we're ready to pipe our icing onto these wax paper sheets. You probably can use parchment paper too, but I like to use wax paper. So get your icing smushed. Just use your fingers to smush it down to where you want it. That corner, you know. And you can use piping bags if you rather. Now, once you get it like that, you need to cut this smallest hole. Oh gosh, that might be too big. I hope not. We'll see. Just get it as small as you can get it. And you're going to pipe lines. See, however, oh, and go slow. See, I cut mine a little big, so these sprinkles are going to be a little bit big, but it's still going to work. So just pipe lines. You also, if you like dots, you can do dots. You can make hearts. And if you had silicone molds, you could squirt this into some silicone molds that have a shape, and it'll do the same thing, but you probably will have to put those in the freezer. You got to do it till it's completely hard and dry it out. So we're going to go this way until we get them completely, the bag completely empty, and then we'll catch you back here. Now we're moving on to pink. I'm going to see if I can get that a little bit smaller. Okay, that'll be smaller. See, that looks a lot better. See the difference between how thick this one is and how this is the perfect size right here. So it all depends on how small you snip your end there. Alright, so we'll finish all these lines. And like I said, you can make little hearts. I might make a couple little hearts. And some dots. So we'll just keep doing this until it's empty. So now that you have it all piped out onto your wax paper, you're going to let this sit out uncovered on a counter for 24 hours or until it's hard. And I'll show you the next step once it's completely dried out and hardened after 24 hours. Okay, it's been 24 hours, so it's nice and hard and dry. So the step you want to do is just push all of this off of the wax paper. And you'll see it'll naturally kind of break up. I'm going to take these off individually and not mix them with my other sprinkles so I can have them separate. Okay, just get all of it pulled off the wax paper. Once you get to this stage, you can see you have some that are big. So you start crunching it with your fingers. And that'll make them smaller, like little sprinkles. Make sure you have nicely washed hands when you do this. So if you have big pieces, just kind of break them in half. So you're just breaking them to the size that you want. And you're going to want to store them in a little airtight container. And I just leave mine in a cabinet. But you could put them in the freezer, you could put them in the refrigerator, wherever you would like to store them. And there's your sprinkles. And I'll go ahead and process all the other colors, but it's the same process. Thanks for watching.